Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Koop'd Up podcast, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Koopa, and each week I sit down with one of my friends and we talk about all the happenings in pop culture. And this week's, folks, this is the podcast that is being scalped at all of your favorite Pokemon convenience stores across the country. This week, folks, I'm sitting down with one of my longest running friends on the internet. He is a content creator, the host of the PAPAGANSLEY podcast, and avid Pokemon card guru, who will be guiding me through this craze that is sweeping the nation once again. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm Koop'd Up welcome to one of my good friends, both in IRL and the internet, Mr. PAPAGANSLEY. James, can I use your government? Are you all right with that?
Of course.
What's going on, man? How are you?
Yo, I'm great, man. I appreciate this. I'm glad you got the podcast going, bro. This is nice.
Yeah, no. It's very nice when I get the opportunity to talk to people that I don't just know from a Smashscape, because I feel like there's just so much of a richer history there, and I can't remember exactly when we became friends, James, but it feels like it's been quite the while. But do you have an idea of when we first started becoming like homies?
Dude, I don't know. I always like knew who you were because we grew up in the same town, and then I think it's just like sometime during like when we were in college or like towards like the end of high school, I think we just like realized that we were into the same shit.
Yeah, no, that definitely tracks. Because I'm glad you brought that up, because I also wasn't sure myself. But yeah, just for context, we're not only from the same small town, we live like essentially like down the street from each other. Like
I could run to your house in about 8 minutes.
You could.
I'd be out of breath, but I think I could get there under 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's definitely feasible. But like, yeah, like we've known each other. Like, you know, we went to the same high school together and everything. And I'm really good friends with your brother. Still am. And he's asked me to come on the show at some point too. So I'm gonna have to get a double Gansley special up in here at some point. And
dude, he's cooking up some stuff. He's got some stuff he's got to get out there.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait to talk to him about that. But yeah, no, we've known each other since the glory days of high school. And you know, it's really funny that just as we were sitting to talk about this, there's a great trend on Twitter going around right now of like, what's the meanest thing a teacher's ever said to you? So James, do you have any highlights of the meanest thing a teacher's ever said to you before?
Wow. This one teacher like made fun of me for smoking weed in front of a lot of people, and I just felt weird. I felt bad about it.
What?
Yeah, they were just like, "Oh, is it because you're high?" And I was just like, this is uncalled for. You're making me feel weird."
Yeah, that's so like aggressive. Like, what
Yeah.
the hell? That's so mean.
Yeah.
I can definitely relate to that. Like, I had like a couple of teachers just like straight up just like make fun of me one day because like I had like my arms crossed like during an onstage assembly for something. And I'm just like, what's your problem? Like, what's your beef? I'm in the 2nd grade, bro. Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, you know, me and the public school systems didn't exactly like, we didn't see eye to eye.
Yeah, and now look at us. We're content creators, so they can all fuck off. Honestly.
Yeah.
We were the trendsetters, and so yeah, we obviously both frequented the same small high school and everything. And I gotta say, I in preparation for this podcast, because you were someone that was on my short list of people to ask out the gate to be on my show, because number one, we're homies. Number two, I was featured on an episode of your podcast that you did, you know, a few years ago. So I gotta return the favor all these years later. And number three, it is you know, as much as the public school system has not always been the kindest. You know, not just to us, but to other people. We definitely have like, I definitely have some like fond memories of like that era growing up, and specifically to kind of like grow into what we're talking to. I remember so vividly. I think I was a sophomore, so you're 2 years older than me.
I believe so.
Yeah, so you might have been a senior.
I graduated in 2010.
Yeah, we're aging ourselves. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're still sub 30. We're still cool. It's fine. Like we're so young enough to make this thing work. But
Yeah.
no, I remember vividly of a second phase of Pokemania. Do you recall this at all? Because I remember there was just like a solid month period of high school where like everybody just started playing Pokemon again. I don't know if you
Wow,
recall this or not.
if I totally remember. Like, I'm interested in what you're about to bring up because, there's some amazing memories from that particular era of high school.
Yeah, I just remember. I don't know what sparked it. I couldn't tell you. I always thought you know what I've always thought of you as like the as the ambassador to like that video games can be cool and you can also like be in like a high school setting. Because I feel
Wow,
like
dude.
I've truly always felt that way. Because like you were always like when you think of high school, you think of like the very like typical like clicky bullshit and like all that stuff that is very like cliche in like TV and media and all that shit. And
Yeah,
even like 10 years ago, like if you played video games, people looked at you like you had like fucking like three eyes growing out of your head.
yeah,
It's just like,
totally.
yeah, it's just like, bro, like it's like, yeah, like I like playing Pokemon, like get off my ass, it's fine. But you were always like, everyone was just like, oh yeah, like it's lame when everyone else does it, but when James does it, it's mad cool. I've always thought you were the Trojan horse that infiltrated the zeitgeist and changed everyone's opinion.
Wow, dude, that means a lot to me. I appreciate that. Holy, like, damn, dude.
I know. Listen, I listen. This is mostly just an excuse for me to talk to all my friends and tell them how much I miss them. Like,
I miss you too.
I know it's one of those
Yeah,
things.
bro, it's been a minute, but
It has been.
but yeah, bro, like yeah, Pokemon was hot in high school. Like, dude, I remember getting kids hyped in the lunchroom. Like, just me and like our other friend Kyle. Like
Yes.
we brought the link cable in, and we had like mad people just like behind us, like at the lunch table for weeks because we like were battling in red, and he had a blue version, I had a red version. Maybe we both had red version, but we got people screaming at like his like Alakazam versus my Mew.
That is so fucking cool, man. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I just remember there was a phase where like everybody just started like bringing in their Game Boys and like everybody was playing like a different everyone was in like a different version of Pokemon, and it was like very like uniting. Like Pokemania has definitely had its stretches, and I talk about this in another podcast where you have that like early like late 90s early 2000s phase where Pokemon like first hit America, and then you get like the summer of 2016 when Pokemon Go was like the new like hot shit and everybody was playing it. But like we had like a briefer like renaissance I remember it was like the spring of like 2010, and I was like, yeah, this is great.
Dude,
Nature's healing.
Pokemon has this weird thing about it where it's like everybody has their own like personal experiences with that, where like they Pokemon fades out and then it comes back into their life, and then every now and then we get lucky where we all do it together.
Yeah.
Like 2016 and like the Pokemon card thing now.
Yeah, it's wild, and like it's just one of those moments where it's like like for that like brief like couple of month period in high school, like the popular girl that like stole my chips at the cafeteria, like also wanted to like trade. Was also looking for like the same like version exclusive Pokemon that I was, and I felt solace in that, and now I'm internet famous and they're probably not. So thanks for stealing my shit. Appreciate it.
Yeah, dude. That definitely was one of our Pokemon manias, our local Pokemon manias.
Yeah,
it was across like grades. Like I remember, like my brother and his friends were also like really into Pokemon again at that time. Like when they weren't in school with us at the time.
Oh yeah, that's right. Wow. No, it's incredible, and like and like you just mentioned, it has brought me to why I've gathered you here today, James, and that's to talk about the latest craze that is sweeping the nation, and that is the Pokemon card craze. So you, as on your YouTube channel, have been very heavy on the Pokemon card content. Again, also with our friend Kyle, who has been joining you in these escapades. So,
Yes.
my first question is, how talk a little bit about your history, like with like video games. Like, what's your earliest memory with video games, and like, So we'll start there first. What's the earliest James memory of playing games?
My earliest memory of playing video games ever was like um going to my aunt's house and playing Super Mario Brothers 3 with my older cousins.
Oh, that's
Like when
awesome.
I was like 3 or 4.
That's so
And then
cool.
yeah, and then when I was 5 and my brother was born, they bought me the N64, and it was on from there.
That's amazing. So like, were you always like a Pokemon person? Like, or are you? I know probably most of the answers to this because I know you. But like for the folks at home, like if you're watching on YouTube too, you'll see in the thumbnail that Papa Gansley plants his flag very firmly on Team Nintendo. So like, have you like where's
Yeah.
so like talk about how did your love with Pokemon start? Like, do you remember like were you in it from the beginning? Like, did it take a while? Like, what's your earliest memory?
Of Pokemon, yeah, I was totally in it from the beginning. Like I was in first grade when like Red and Blue came out, and like I remember our our boy Frank, like that you know him, like he fucking he
Yes.
was. I vividly remember he was playing red version, and he had a red Game Boy, Game Boy Pocket, and maybe it was regular Game Boy, but I remember like seeing what he was doing, like it was monsters battling, and like I'm in first grade. We were like sitting down outside the classroom before going in, and I was like asking him like, "What is this?" And like he explained it real briefly, like, "Yo, you look around, you get these monsters, you tap A, they fight each other," and yeah, I remember like becoming obsessed with it and like learning about the show like that week, all in first grade, and yeah, I remember I probably got the Game Boy like that same week.
That's amazing. That's so awesome. Yeah, I've like
Yeah.
it. Like I feel a very like similar story in that regard. Like I always like knew like what time Pokemon came on at. Like whenever I like came home. Like I think it like it was like at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon on like channel 11 or something like that. And it yeah, I've definitely always been in it, and I definitely tried multiple times to get into the card game just because like I it's Pokemon. Like if it had Pokemon on it, I wanted it.
Yeah.
Did you ever like collect the cards growing up, or like play the card game like growing up or anything?
Like I collected hard growing up. Like I probably attempted to play like a few times when I was like real young. Um but yeah, I just collected them. Like I remember thinking I had so many like from being young, but I probably only had about like 100 cards in total. But I remember like trading and going to school, like bringing Pokemon cards and and like trading Pokemon cards and like crying about like this kid like taking my Raichu and stuff like that. Like
Do you remember the comic book store that we used to have in town?
Numbskulls. Shout
Oh
out
man,
Numbskulls.
I miss that
Dude,
place so much, man. I bought so many. I bought like a handful of Pokemon cards from there, but like Yu-Gi-Oh, like that was like my jam at that place. I miss that so much.
yeah, like dude, see, we were there at the same time, bro. Because I went to Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments there, and like I remember Mage Nights. That was like a thing for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I I spent a lot of time there, bro. That place is like responsible for like why I'm so into like all that stuff still. You know?
Yeah, no, I totally understand, and it's a shame that like not only did it close down, but like that one like venue spot just for some reason can't hold business because they keep changing out whatever it is, like every
Yeah,
like 3 years.
every 3 years it's something else. That is
Yeah,
so strange.
it was like a car. It was a car like customization place, and then it was like a plant place, and now it's a bathroom like showcase
Yeah.
place or something. It's like fucking weird.
Dude, at one point it was like like a gymboree type place where like kids come to like tumble on mats and stuff.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. Holy shit.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Dude, it's wild. Like, rip that one spot. But we've grown, and thankfully there are still like a handful of comic book like shops in the area that like we can like still indulge ourselves at. But before we get into that, let's so as like I said, I'm a total outsider to like why the Pokemon card craze is like so huge again. So talk about how like you got back into the game of trying to get these packs and start jumping in on the craze again.
Well, it's like yeah, it's like I always like had like my solid collection from being young, and like throughout the years like I would like buy a single nice card here and there, but yeah, basically just like earlier in 2020, when we were all like really bored, like I hadn't played Pokemon like since Sword and Shield was brand new. And I don't know. I don't know how I stumbled into it. I just remember like seeing that the prices were going up in the card shops, and then like seeing that there was all these videos being made on the internet, and I was just like, "There's no way I can't be a part of this." Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally understand. I think from what I can recall of like why everything like started blowing up the way it did, um, was I think it was like Logan Paul, one of the Paul brothers, who I can't remember, like uploaded a video of themselves like they spent like $20,000 on Pokemon cards or something like that, or something crazy, and then it caught
Yeah.
wildfire. I think like he started destroying the cards, which was
Wait, so the Logan Paul video is definitely like is what like jump started the craze like this year, and like I definitely like watched like all the videos that he made, but then like I found like like the Leonhardt guy, like Leonhardt, that YouTuber.
yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like dude, like that when I saw like that he had like a channel for like years, and that there was like other few like Poketubers, and that was like a genre of YouTube. I was just like, dude, this looks so fun, and I've been like trying to make like consistent content for like years at this point, and like everything kind of just clicked where I was like, yo, this is it, bro. This is gonna be mad fun. I'm gonna get new cards. I'm gonna be able to make like really funny videos about it, and yeah, everything just works.
That's kind of
It's,
wild. Like,
yeah,
so yeah, like obviously like Pokemon cards are a hot commodity right now. Obviously everybody's kind of trying to get their skin in the game to the point where I think it wasn't this most recent pack, or actually it's been the last like two. People that have been like pre-ordering like whatever the new Pokemon cards are like not getting them because it's been
yeah,
so like impossibly hard to like obtain
yeah.
the
It's been
Pokemon cards.
cutthroat.
Yeah, so talk about your process. Like where are your go-to spots? Like where like what's like the prime hour and time to like buy Pokemon cards? Like share your secrets of going through like the buying process, cuz from what I've seen from like people that friends that I know that have been buying Pokemon cards, or like people that work in stores where people buy Pokemon cards, it's been something like fucking wild.
Yeah, so like there are people who like like find out when like they stock the shelves at like department stores and stuff, and like they sleep in their car and stuff, and they tackle each other to like buy hundreds of car like tins and stuff. But like I haven't done anything like that because like uh I don't know, like I haven't like been reselling anything like yeah, like I'm not that I'm like trying to resell stuff, but it's just like at the point where it's just like, all right, I have like duplicates of some stuff that like I might want to like help people have for under market stuff like that. But so what I've been doing is just like going to comic book stores, like all our local comic book stores, like Zap Comics and like Level One Games and Game Zone. Like I I just go to those places pretty regularly, and uh, when on days where like new card sets release, like I prepare to like drop like fat stacks so I can make a lot of videos on current cards. But if I'm not buying cards for videos, like I'm not like looking for anything that wouldn't be there. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
shining fates and battle styles, like the new ones, like those are really hard to find. But like they still got like Champion's Path and like Darkness Ablaze sets on like the shelves, and there's still cool Charizards in there, and like it's I don't know, that's still mad fun to me. So I'll just get those ones.
That's awesome. Yeah, I know. I actually didn't even know level 1 sold Pokemon cards. That's crazy.
Yeah, like not like they're not as stacked as Zap, but I like to buy vintage cards from there sometimes, like just add to the collection, like single cards.
What's the most amount of money you spent on a Pokemon card, or like just in general, like in like
on,
one session?
on one single card.
Yeah.
Ooh, on one single card, I have spent $180 to $250 on one single card.
Oh wow, that's actually not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I know people. It's that's crazy. Like I bought a base set unlimited pack, like a booster pack for $400. I bought a fossil booster pack for $250.
Wow. Listen, man, I applaud you because you're dedicated to the craft. Any good hobby, like you have to put some money into it. I feel
Yeah, like that's the thing. It's like, yeah, people need to know. It's uh, my motivations right now are like, it's not just like, like because I have the YouTube channel and like I'm making videos with it, like and like I have like a job right now that like I'm not like worried about like not having like because I'm in that situation. I just feel like okay, like let me do something that brings me joy, you know?
no, I totally understand you on that front. As someone that has spent like hundreds of thousands of dollars in their own hobby, both with
Yeah,
my computer and everything, on top of the esports stuff.
yeah,
But I think this it's just such an interesting thing to me to like see, like the craze just come back in full force. Like I said, I've talked to plenty of my friends who like work at like Target or like they work at one of my friends works at a bookstore and she's constantly saying how like on days where people know that the cards are coming in that like it's absolutely insane and like you have to start like beating kids away with like sticks and stuff like that. I think my friend
yeah.
that works at Target, she said that the store doesn't open up till 9 o'clock. People were lining up. There's a line outside of her store at 6:30 in the morning of people just waiting to go in to buy Pokemon cards. Like it's absolutely fucking insane.
Yeah, I think at some Targets now, like they've completely resorted to keeping all Pokemon items behind the customer service area because people are just so ridiculous. Like people are literally like, in some cases, getting in fights and like being very hostile about this.
it's it's incredible, man. Like
It's
like
crazy.
yeah, like that's wild stuff. But like it's really interesting again to just like see like the different like walks of people. Like, I have friends that like who are, are not by any means like gamers or something like that, or like they're like, they used to like play games and stuff like that when they were younger. But now they're at this part in their life where they're like, yeah, like I'm collecting Pokemon cards again, or like you just look through your closet when you're spring cleaning and you suddenly find a binder full of Pokemon cards and you could be sitting on a gold mine without even realizing it. Like that's like the part to me that's the most interesting. Just like seeing people like, like find these cards. Like I know so much about like the grading scale now that it's
Yeah,
absolutely like one of like it's like it's so cool. It's like the nerdiest version of the stock market. Like
dude,
so
it's
wild.
very similar. They mirror each other in a very like similar way. You know.
Yeah, like it's crazy. So like, have you had like, do you have any of your cards graded and stuff?
I actually know. Like I have a bunch of cards. I've never been like I always like preserve them myself, but I always told myself like I'll get these graded one day. And now that it's like such a big thing, like I have a big stock that like I want to get graded, but I'm gonna wait a little bit until it. I don't know. It's kind of ridiculous right now.
No, I don't blame you. What's your favorite card that you have in your collection so far?
Oh, dude. Um, I'm like a big fan of like like vintage cards, but like I love like the classic ancient Mew card. Like I like will buy those constantly. Like I always buy like single ancient Mew cards if I see them.
Ooh, that's a good one. That I
Yeah,
know
like the
I know
promo
exactly. Yeah,
card.
yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen that on like a T-shirt before. Like those like obnoxious T-shirts you see in like Instagram ads where it's like the whole
yeah,
thing is like wrapped around the entire shirt.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like I've seen one of those, and like I don't usually like buy those things because like I've had some rough quality, but no, from what I almost bought that shirt, man. It was too tempting. I really wanted it.
Yeah, honestly, it would be fresh. Like I've thought about like buying that with a hoodie with that on it.
I, lo- I love it, man. No, but like
Yeah,
it's definitely I love you know it's also one of those things where it's like I know that Pokemon had to make a statement about like the the status of like new booster packs and stuff coming out because it was so hard to obtain the cards and stuff like that, which I thought was like very interesting that a company comes out and is like, yeah, we're going to produce more of these, so please do not don't fret, like more are coming, like you guys just have to relax a bit.
Yeah, like they did say they're gonna do that. Like yeah, like I believe in like the Pokemon company that like they see like that like okay, like there's kind of like a monster created right now, and I just like believe that they'll come up with the answer.
Yeah, no, I hope so. I because like I even before this all started, like one of the many odd hobbies that I wanted to try picking up, like while we're in lockdown and like we can't really do anything, is I wanted to start like playing card games again. Like I remember I have so many memories growing up, like playing Yu-Gi-Oh and like all that other stuff that we had, both at the comic book shop that used to be in our town, but also with like my friends and stuff like that. And like I never truly understood the work that goes into like playing an actual card game. And like I so badly wanted to start playing the Pokemon card game because like it's something that's like always interested me. It looks like a lot of fun, but now it's like I can't even like scoff at like a Pokemon card. I walk by the aisle at like Target, and it's like it's fucking depressing how empty
Dude.
it is.
And you could tell that like they were taken off the shelf aggressively. Like
Yeah.
nothing's neat. It's just like completely disheveled.
Yeah, like I'm kicking myself now, just like not like spending the extra $40 or whatever, like when I'm like buying groceries or something, because like I'm already spending hundreds of dollars on like food and like whatever other bullshit that Target has like at their disposal, and it's like damn, like like it would have been so much fun, and like I've tried playing like the TCG online and stuff like that, but like it just doesn't hit the same. So like
Yeah, like you need to hold the cardboard.
yeah, I love that, and like I've been definitely been tempted to like go through my closet and like look for through some old Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I have, because like that when I think of like expensive card game hobbies, like the amount of money that my friends have told me they've spent on Yu-Gi-Oh decks is like absolutely insane.
Yeah. I mean, bro, like because of all this, like I've been feeling the same way, and like I've built out like a few Pokemon decks. Like I have a whole box of Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I'm gonna like sort through. I've got this I got like 5,000 Magic the Gathering cards that I just need to sort through and build some decks. Like it's so fun. It really is.
Yo, I love that. Magic is one of the games I've actually never gotten into though, but from all my friends that I talk to, they say it's like probably the most fun.
Dude, it's like chess. It's like kind of like chess.
I'm so that explains why I don't like it, because I'm not a huge chess person. Although the Queen's Gambit definitely changed my opinion of chess. However, I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So maybe someday I'll figure it out.
Yeah, there's like a learning curve. Like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh are definitely a little easier than Magic. Like I still struggle hard. Like because I never played Magic when we were young, but I'm like into it now just because I'm surrounded by cardboard. I'm just kind of like interested.
Oh, there was this. I remember because now that I'm thinking about card games, there was a couple where like I've tried. I think I've tried at one point to pick up like all the major card games. But when I was in college, I knew a guy that was in a couple of my classes. He was really into like Card Fight Vanguard, which is like another one of those like trading card like deck building games.
Yeah.
And there was another one that I was put onto by like some guy I was standing in line to at an anime convention. Um, and it was a game called Weiss Schwartz, and it was like a game based off of like anime IPs. So like you can like make decks featuring like Naruto characters and like other like characters from like other anime. And like I bought like a single like starter deck, and I'm just like, this game is like way too fucking complicated. Like I don't have time for this.
Do they look cool though? That sounds like really cool. Like cards.
It looks super cool. Like the cards are I don't know if they like are still like producing it or not. I'm sure they are. It's been around since 2007, so it's been around for like a minute. The cards like the card art like looks awesome. The part about it that like bothers me is that there's like each turn is like 7 phases. So it's like holy shit. Like where do we start here? Like
Yeah, that sounds like a little complicated.
yeah, they've got like decks based off like Sword Art Online, like Kill la Kill. Attack on Titan has like a deck and stuff like that. Like if there's an anime that's like within the last like maybe since like think of since 2007, like it exists, and it's probably a card in Weiss Schwartz. So Maybe someday. Maybe that'll make its craze next at some point. Doubt it though, but
It sounds cool. You know, like I suspect that like more card games will like get like more popular like that, like because of all this right now.
I'm hoping for that day, man. Like I very much like card games has always been something that's been like lost on me. Like it's something that I've always wanted to get into, but like never had the proper avenue to do so. And that avenue was finances. And now I think I'm a financially uh, responsible adult who will not spend recklessly on card games, but will still consider it. So
Yeah, yeah, that is a huge part of it
Welcome to
now. It's
Solemn
like being like able to like afford the hobby.
yeah, no, 100%. But so I'm very excited about what the future of the Pokemon card craze has to has to offer. I'm also excited for the new Pokemon games coming out. Are you at all interested in Pokemon's new Pokemon Snap? Is that something that you're vibing with?
Oh, dude, yo, twitch.tv/PAPAGANSLEY, bro. You already know.
Yes, love that.
Like, yo, like that is gonna be so fun.
I know, dude. I'm so excited. I wasn't like a huge Pokemon Snap person growing up because like I didn't own the game. I only ever like played it at like Blockbuster or like at friends' houses.
Nice.
But like the game it's like so fucking fun. Like I'm so excited to like discover all like the little tricks and stuff like that. Like I'm ready to throw Charizard into the volcano or Charmeleon into the volcano, and he comes out
Yeah,
as Charizard. Like,
dude. Yeah, like the trailer, it really makes it look like it's just a modern version of the original game. Like same basic mechanics and everything, just with like a nice new 2021 touch.
I know.
New Pokemon.
Yeah. Listen, I'm super stoked, man. Now is definitely like the prime time to own us. I mean, because Switches are now readily available again. First and foremost, like,
Yeah,
I remember like in peak pandemic, like trying to find a Nintendo Switch was like as hard as trying to find like toilet paper or water. Like it was
definitely.
absolutely wild.
Yeah, I've seen like a lot of people just end up buying the light, like the mini Switch or whatever, just because they can't find the whole console.
Yeah, and I know the mini one just like the Switch Lite just released a couple of they have a new color on the way in like the blueberry like looking one, which is like
Yeah,
kinda
like that
cool.
classic like Nintendo Blue.
Yeah, dude, I'd say the Nintendo Blue is a staple. I was kind of like upset that like we got these really weird like artisan ass colors of like fucking Switch Lite colors and stuff, but like seeing that like I had a blue DS, I had a I think I had both my DSs. My SP and my DS like proper were blue.
Yeah, I always got that color in all the Game Boys.
It's a good color. It
Yeah,
pops.
yeah, it feels right. Like that Switch in that color, it looks yeah, I don't know. It looks perfect.
So what advice do you have to the people that are trying to buy Pokemon cards right now? Like give some words of encouragement to the people who are struggling, standing in line trying to like get their hands on their favorite Pokemon.
Um, don't forget about Darkness Ablaze. It's a sick set that everybody like. It's still being sold for $4 a pack. Like everywhere, and like that's a sick set, and everybody like isn't just forgetting to open that pack. But also like uh consider buying Japanese cards too, because like it's really cool like to get Japanese cards before the English set comes out over here, and then like everybody's so hyped about these English cards that they can't get, and like all about the Japanese ones. It's like that's fun.
Ooh, I definitely just had like a war flashback to like having to import amiibos from Japan when the amiibo craze was like really heavy in America. God, the war flashbacks. I never want to have to do that again.
Yeah.
Like I remember it was I think it was like I spent $40 on a Mega Man amiibo to get shipped to me from Japan, and I accidentally bought it on my dad's credit card, so he was pissed. Needless to say.
Oh yeah, that's shipping.
Yeah.
But what like I had like really good luck with getting Shiny Star V just through like eBay and like Amazon sellers, like like a couple of months before like before like Shining Fates, like the English version came out over here. Like it just seemed like really easy to get the Japanese version for some reason.
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess maybe the craze isn't as like heavy overseas as it is here in America. I haven't really like looked into it that far, but that is very interesting and like good advice.
Yeah, yeah. There's just a few sets that it's not all about the newest sets, even though that those are fun. Like there's a bunch of sick sets that like it's just as fun.
Do you have a favorite like modern Pokemon that's like not Mew? Like who's one of your favorite of the new ones?
Oh, one of my favorite new Pokemon, Decidueye. Yo, Decidueye is cold. Like,
He's
bro, think about like what that Pokemon is. It's like
yeah.
this bird warrior in the forest with a bow. I love it.
I remember when they first like revealed like the starters for Sun and Moon, and everybody got like mad tight that like Rowlet was a part flying type, where it's just like, man, like this type's gonna fucking suck. Like, what's wrong with this? And then it turns into a fucking ghost, and everybody's like, wait, word? Like,
Yeah. The half ghost type is what gets me. Like that Pokemon is perfect. They were saving that one for us.
yeah, they knew that that was gonna be a big one. I think he should have been the Smash rep personally, and I feel kind of robbed
Dude.
that he wasn't.
Yeah, that I would have. Oh my god, that'd be so cool. There's like a bunch. They send out a bunch of sick new Pokemon that like just feel really good. Like I love Dragapult and like Toxtricity. Like I think those are also two really cool new Pokemon.
Yeah, no, I agree. There's definitely a stretch of time where like the design team for Pokemon felt like they were kind of just like phoning it in, and like they're out to lunch and shit. So I was
Yeah,
like, damn, man, like, and because like I even like you know if you think of some of like the dark ages of Pokemon, like I love like a lot of like the bad quote unquote Pokemon, like Vanillite, like that's my shit. Giant ice cream cone, like that's fucking
yeah.
funny.
No, at this point, like they definitely I have a soft spot for them too. Like they just hit different. You know, they're I'm like, okay, they're not. I don't like them because they're super badass. I just like them because they're cringe.
Yeah, yeah, like Trubbish, like that shit speaks to me on like a spiritual level.
Dude, Trubbish is one where I'm like, why?
And I follow up with why not?
Yeah, the garbage Pokemon. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah, he's a fan of mine. I'm a huge he's a good one. For every like bad like you know cringe Pokemon, you get like we mentioned like Toxicity and Dragapult who are like mad fucking cool.
Yeah.
Have you seen a Dragapult plushie that like was for sale on like the Pokemon Center website?
Actually, no.
Yeah, you can like buy a Dragapult. I don't know if you can still get it. You can buy like a giant Dragapult plushie, and like you can buy like packs of like the small like Dreepies to like like stick into its head.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so like you can you can buy them in like packs of like you can buy like one, you can buy like a pack of 5 or like a pack of like 50 like Dreepies or something like that, and like I wanted so bad to just blow like a load of cash on just 50 Dreepies and just like throw them on my bed and roll around in them. Like
It sounds extremely satisfying, honestly.
yeah, that's up there as like one of like the greatest feelings I'm sure I'll ever experience in the world. But we'll get there one day. But yeah, look, I'm very very intrigued by all the Pokemon stuff. I'm sure maybe someday I'll like trip on the sidewalk and like find some Pokemon cards somewhere, and you know maybe I too will become a YouTube sensation like my good friend Mr. PAPAGANSLEY here.
Oh my god. Bro, yo, yeah, dude, yo, you should just like grab a few packs and like come make a video. Like it's so fun, dude. Like when we do like there we don't pull great cards all the time, but like there's one video coming out where we pull a serious one and like bro, like we just captured this like this joyous moment between friends. Like bro, it's like iconic.
I can't wait
like
to
you
watch
gotta
it.
like just come through and like yeah, pull some cards out of some plastic, dude. It's ridiculously fun.
I'm here for it. We'll definitely make sure to make it happen at some point. But yeah, so we're gonna and you know the crux of this podcast, as always, is it's pop culture. You know, we like to talk about like what's hip, what's new in the world, and again, it's an excuse for me to sit down, talk with my friends, and talk about what they've been consuming. So, James, talk about something that you've been watching, a game you've been playing. Like, what's something that's been buying your time recently that you are really, really vibing with?
So, other than like Pokemon stuff, I've been reading like the manga and stuff. But Attack on Titan is like super hot right now. Like I've been watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I
Ooh,
watched Mob Psycho 100 recently.
that's a good slew of shows. JoJo's is something where like, it's like there's like a list of things where like I like don't know a whole. I just like I know a lot about it, but I don't know anything about it because like at the same time, because so many people around me enjoy it. Like JoJo's is one of those things. Like Brockhampton is one of those things where I just like don't get it.
Honestly, yeah, that's a really good comparison. I feel that. But dude, JoJo's is so weird. Like after like just loving anime forever, then you watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's just like what is this? What am I watching? It's unexplainable, but like that makes it really funny.
Are you reading it or are you watching it also?
I'm just watching this one.
So where are you at right now? Like what part? I know JoJo's is in parts. What part are you in?
I'm in the fifth part. Like I just finished season 4. I think it's called Diamond is Unbreakable, and I just started season 5. It's called Golden Wind.
Yeah. Okay. I see. It's one of those things where like I know a lot of my friends are like hype on JoJo, and I know that they just had like a JoJo's like equivalent of a Nintendo Direct recently, which just like blew my mind. Did you not
That
know
they
about this?
No, I guess I didn't see that, but like they announced like new anime or
Yeah, they announced Part 6 is coming out. I
oh,
think next
dude,
year.
that's awesome. Yo, because JoJo's weird where it's like the whole show is like it's cool and like you want to like get through it because you're like, what are they gonna do next? But like honestly, in my opinion, like all first 4 seasons like just set up for season 5. Season 5 is like where it's at.
That's what I keep hearing from a lot of people that like the fifth season is like really really solid. But like a lot of people that I know were like super pumped about the Stone Ocean anime adaptation, and like I don't I can't really understand why. The memes have been really funny because I think the part 6 takes place in Florida. So like
Oh, that's
yeah,
so cool.
yeah, so people are like posting like crazy like fucking like Florida memes, like the main character and
Oh,
stuff like
dude.
that.
Oh, I mean, that's honestly perfect because like like Florida's bizarre. Like they're bizarre characters, bizarre show. Like
Yeah, I
it's
encourage everyone.
perfect.
I encourage everyone at home to play the game of like googling Florida man and like your birthday. You will net wild results. It is so much fun. It's one of like my favorite like Google search games like of all time. Let me actually do that really
Well,
quick. Flor
yeah, I've never done that.
Florida man May 2nd. What's my headline gonna be? Florida man wearing bonnet dress dress steals baby formula from Publix. Nice. That's a good one.
Yeah, mine is just Florida man steals vending machine.
That's so good. All right, listen,
Perfect.
everybody that listens to this, like leave your Florida man headlines in the comment section and like in the replies below. Please. It's like so good. It's one of my favorite things. Um
Yeah, that's a good one.
but yeah, so you also mentioned Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan has been like one of the most like popular things I've seen people um that's been like very it's the last season, well part of the last season has been airing like right now for the
Yeah.
last couple of months. So are you all caught up with Attack on Titan? I'm not, and I'm okay with it. Like so talk are you all caught up, and what's your take on how this current season's been going if you are?
I'm caught up with the anime, so like I still haven't seen like how the show ends, even though like the manga readers know. So I didn't read it. I didn't read ahead. But dude, yeah, it's Attack on Titan is like it's like a special moment in history that like we get to like watch the show right now, dude. It's like like they like really like gifted us with another like special anime.
Yeah, I can say it's. I remember when Attack on Titan first came out. I was in like, it was. I remember I went to an anime convention that summer, and it was like one of like the hot cosplays of the year or something like that. and they were like the cosplayers everywhere. Fame, and they're still like very popular in the zeitgeist, like currently, like whenever you go to conventions. And I
Yeah.
just remember there was just so much downtime between that first and second season that I did not care anymore. Like that first season,
Yeah.
absolutely rocked, and I'm sure at some point I would love to go back and like watch it in its entirety, and I probably will one day. But from what I've seen, from people online, from people that have read it, from people that have been watching it, and have gotten all caught up there, that like it's very like thrilling to hear that the show has like kind of is ending on a proper note.
Yeah, dude, it really feels like that. Dude, it just the foreshadowing is just unreal. Like the storytelling is so next level where it's like there's no like character's perspective left out. It's like you really like understand where everyone's coming from. It's like very like unique about this show.
That's awesome, and it's made me nostalgic for. I just did an episode where I talk about anime conventions and stuff with one of my other friends, and it brought me back to that time that we drove 7 hours into the middle of Ohio to go to an anime convention. James,
Dude, Colossal Con, great times, great times.
I should have told the story last week, but I didn't, and I figured I'd save it for while you were here. I remember that if it wasn't for your brother waking you up to call me, I was convinced that you were not going to wake up to go to this convention with us.
Yeah, dude, I actually do remember that, like, thinking you meant 7 p.m. instead of 7 a.m.
Yeah, so for context here, so it was to even like give you more context. This is like the second time I was going to this anime convention, and I was supposed to go with some friends that I met at college, and every single one of them flaked on me last second. So I was like not thrilled about it. So I needed to find. I had like maybe like 2-3 weeks to like. I don't remember exactly what I asked you, but like it was felt like that sort of like time frame where I had like a very short amount of time to fill at least 3 hotel room slots. And I texted you because you were obviously, when it comes to like any sort of a nerd escapade, you were one of like the first people that I would always call.
Of course.
Because you'd always be down for an adventure, which was hype. So I hit you up and you were like, absolutely. And then, I texted our other 2 friends, who were also down about it. So we had our squad, and then we were like, all right, here's the plan. Like, I'm going to go pick up, meet me at X person's house or whatever. I think I had most of them meet me at my house, and then we just went to your place because you live very close to me, and you weren't answering your phone, and I was like, I told him we're leaving at 7 in the morning. Like, what's going on here? So I called your brother, and I'm like, yo, I need you to wake your brother up and tell him to call me, and he's like, yeah, I got you, and you're just like, oh, I thought you meant 7 p.m.
Yeah. We made it though. Like late start, but it was a great trip.
We did, and you even like you were out in cosplay, like you were having a great time. And was that your first convention of like that size? I forget if it was or not.
Yeah, that definitely was. I mean, I've been to Comic-Con many times, but like other than that, that was like my first like real like we were in the cut, like cosplaying like anime convention.
Yeah, that was so much fun. And like I remember and we went back multiple times. You cosplayed as Luigi the first year we went. And then you cosplayed as Android 17. Am I
Android 17, bro. Yeah, dude. Oh, we got to do that again.
Dude, I'm so down. Like I just got my second shot as this recording is happening, so I'm fully microchipped, and I am ready to get back out into the world. And one of the first places I want to go is to a convention. So this fall, like this later part of the year is about to hit different, man. Like I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm also ready. Like it's time.
So I remember you were a big panel person when we were going to these to the conventions. Is there a panel that stood out to you, like one that you really remember and like enjoyed?
I just like to go to all of them. I think it's like really cool, like the time that people put in to like put in these like little presentations. So like, I just like to go into random ones. But like, I remember like there was a Kamen Rider panel that was just like I'm not too up on like, that, but there were just people who were so enthusiastically like debating like scenarios in Kamen Rider, and I was just like, yo, this is awesome. And then like dude, like I tell people all the time, like one of the funniest things I've ever been a part of is like when you go to like the hentai panels at 2 a.m. and like there's like 100 dudes in a room like watching the hentai together, and like the most gruesome shit ever. Everybody's like dying.
Yeah, oh man, I forgot. Yeah, so I brought this up like partially when we talked about Colossal Con in my last episode, but it is a convention that like houses like 18 plus panels. So like there is a one panel specifically that I went to both years that I went, where it it was presenting badly dubbed English hentai. And if you don't know what hentai is, I'd say Google it, but please don't. But you'll catch a wave what we're talking about. Yeah, like it's just funny. Like, there's always that, like, those like one or two dudes that like, take it like way too like fucking seriously and are like being mad weird about it. But like you ignore those people and you move on because everybody else is having a blast. I remember our mutual friend Richie actually fell asleep during the panel, and he woke up and like just there's some wild shit was happening on the screen.
Oh, that's like part of like the thing about it for me is that it's such a ridiculous scenario to put yourself in that like you gotta experience it. It's just complete chaos.
And you met Chuck Huber both years we went.
Yeah, dude. Yo, I got that Chuck Huber autograph on the wall. I'm looking at it right now over a picture of Hiei.
It's so wild to me that like Chuck Huber was there both years, and like the second year you went there, dressed as a Chuck Huber voice character, Android 17.
I know, and he caught me off guard because like I like like that the second year I also was just like, all right, let's go, and I hadn't like looked up like what we were like was there, so I forgot that he was even gonna be there, bro, and I'm like, all right, yeah, like Android 17 is just a cool character. Let me cosplay him, and we walked into like the showroom or something, and like I just hear like, yo, and like turn around, it's Chuck Huber. He's literally just like calling me out because I got the Android 17 cosplay on. I was like, yo.
That is amazing. That's so funny. I love that. When you told me that was like one of like my favorite stories of the weekend. And like,
yeah, it was awesome.
And I must say I was very impressed as you drove essentially the entire way, like both ways. You drove 14 hours that weekend the second time we went.
Oh yeah.
Like you were truly built different. The Uber driver from God is what you were.
Oh dude, yo, I appreciate that. Yeah, dude, I like to drive. I like to drive.
I'm about that. That's why I didn't even mind like going to this convention like a second year, because like people like kind of scoffed at me. I'm just like, you drove 7 hours to go to an anime convention, and I'm like, yeah, because road trips are fun. Like that's something I've missed so much this past year. Is like, it's the summer. You and your friends want to go somewhere stupid. You get in a car for 7 hours and you drive.
Yeah, I'm like gonna like Google like if I can get into Colossal Con later tonight. Like I'm trying to go.
I'm curious if I know they. So I know they actually have an East Coast variant of it now, in the Poconos, which is supposed. I'm to my knowledge that's still supposed to be happening in September, and if it is, I'm in there. Like I'm here for it. So.
Yeah, like that's way closer than Ohio.
Yeah, we will spend way less money on gas and groceries
and ramen.
Yeah, oh dude. That's always the best part for me about like road trips in general, like with our with my friends, is that when we always buy like way too much shit. I had ramen noodles for months after the fact.
Oh yeah. Ramen noodles are the go-to.
They really are, especially when you're like, you're spending all your money on bullshit. Was there anything like in particular that you bought from the convention that you were big on?
Dude, I love the convention stuff. I definitely go a little crazy, but I have like wall scrolls that I still use. Like, I've got like, I love stocking up on t-shirts. They got cool graphic tees. My mouse pad on the computer is like a classic. Like, it's just like that picture of like Ash holding Pikachu and he's like giving a thumbs up.
Oh, that's awesome. I actually forgot that you bought that.
Yeah, all from Colossal Con.
Yeah, I definitely have a plethora of stuff that I still have. I have a couple of wall scrolls in my in my closet that I have some, desk ornaments. I saw the Dragon Ball that I bought, the 4-star Dragon Ball. I actually bought at Colossal Con, and that still sits very proudly on my desk. I bought the last one from a Dragon Ball vendor. I was so hyped.
Yeah, that and the fact that it's the 4-star, that's amazing.
Yeah, canonically, it's the most important one.
Yeah,
I was shocked I was able to get it. This guy, the fact that there's still one left. I was truly in shock. So,
dude, I remember I have this thing. It's a wooden Ultra Ball keychain that is in my car. It's still it hangs
Oh yeah, you bought that there?
Yeah, dude. And I remember on the last day where I don't think you need to book a spot. You could just go into the floor and make your stand, and you could buy and trade things and sell things. Remember that?
Yeah.
It's I don't know the exact rules.
Was it the flea market? I think is what it was.
I think so, but it was that day, and it was this young girl and her dad, and they had all these wooden Pokeballs that they made on a spindle, and they had all the different variants of the Pokeballs except the Ultra Ball, and I was like, yo, no Ultra Ball? And this very young girl, she was like, oh wait, and she reaches into her backpack and she's got it on a keychain or something. She takes it off and she gives me the one that she saved for herself, and I was just like, yo, I was like, are you sure? This one's so cool. She's like, no, Dad will just whip up another one, and I was like, all right, this is awesome. So I got the wooden Ultra Ball.
That is absolutely amazing. Wow, what a touching story. And listen, here's your life hack, folks. If you are shopping at a convention, save your big purchases for whatever the last day is, because people are going to be dying to get rid of their inventory. You can get some sweet fucking deals the last day of a convention. And also you don't want to buy that shit early because you're gonna be carrying it around all day, and that's not gonna be fun. So
yeah, it's honestly a huge convention hack. Don't even buy stuff if the first couple days, depending how long you're there. Wait for that.
Yeah, if you're there for the whole weekend, definitely wait till Sunday. If you're there for the day, then go crazy. Live your best freak life, But
definitely go ham if it's one day.
That was it was a fun trip down memory lane. And again, to echo my point from last episode too, I miss conventions so much. One of the last places I went before coronavirus wrecked the planet was I went to PAX East in 2019 2020. Yeah, PAX East 2020, right. And it was awesome. And I love conventions. I missed them so much. I can't wait to go back whenever the world allows it to be. So
yeah, dude, I'm ready. It's a fun time.
But to talk more about some content that I've been consuming this week. It's funny we're talking about anime. I haven't had a lot of time to sit down and watch anime recently, just because I've been very busy in my personal life amongst the other things that I'm doing. However, in my free time before I go to bed at night, I've been watching Yu Yu Hakusho before I go to sleep.
Oh, that's literally my favorite show of all time.
Yeah, dude, it's so good. It holds up so well. I just recently did an episode with one of my friends where we talked about each of our top 5 favorite anime, or 5 anime we'd recommend to our friends and stuff like that. So I talked about Yu Yu Hakusho as one of my favorite shows, and it still holds up so well. It's all on Hulu in subbed and dubbed variety. Although I highly recommend watching it in the dub because it's nostalgic.
Yeah.
But it still holds up really, really well. I'm trying to get to watch it again and get through everything. I'm through the first 25-ish episodes again, so I'm just getting into the good stuff. With Hiei and Kuwabara and everybody else is joining the fray, and it'll probably be the show that I I'll watch before going to bed or something like that. And yeah, the other show I recommend, again, 3 weeks in a row. Everybody should watch Invincible. It's on Amazon Prime. It's a great twist on the superhero genre. It's created by Robert Kirkman, who also wrote The Walking Dead. Check it out. It's an awesome show.
It's an anime?
It's an animated show. It's a superhero show, but it's got like a stacked cast of like people in it. It's like it's crazy good. Like I'm usually not a fan of the animated superhero variety stuff unless it's like like Teen Titans or like Young Justice or any of those shows from DC.
Wait, is the guy like is he in like a yellow costume?
Yes.
I think I've seen it. I definitely want to watch that.
Yo, it's crazy. Each it's only 8 episodes, and at the time of this recording, only 5 of them have been released. So I highly recommend everybody check it out. It's been one of my favorite watches every Friday. It's absolutely fucking fantastic. So yeah, everybody watch that, and go watch Yu Yu Hakusho. It's on Hulu. Check it out.
Classic shows.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah. So we're about at the end of our time here this week, and my man James, thank you so much for sitting down and talking to me today, man. This has been a lot of fun. I knew you were gonna be a stud, because I know you and you're one of my favorite people on planet Earth. You're one of my best friends, and I'm very. I had no doubt in my mind this was gonna be a fun conversation, and you delivered in spades. So thank you very much for a bit of your time here today.
Bro, thank you as well, bro. You're like also one of my best friends, man. Like, appreciate you. It's an honor.
Yeah, so where can the folks find you on the internet, James? Plug away. Let the people know what they can be looking out for.
Yo, so check out my YouTube channel. We got videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's PAPAGANSLEY, just PAPAGANSLEY. And yeah, PAPAGANSLEY on every other social media. That's what I do. I open up Pokemon cards and I play video games.
Yeah, listen, James is a great follow on social media. Lots of good content. If you're into like the nerdy variety and and some other stuff too. But we'll save that for a surprise. For the people that tune in and check you out. But yeah, as always, folks, you can check me out at on Twitter at KoopaNJ. On Twitch at KoopaNJs too. We're gonna be back to streaming. Where I stream, Breath of the Wild, at least like 3 times a week or whatever. I'm commentating the Smash World Tour, so you guys can follow me on Twitter to stay updated on that. Follow the show at Koop'd Up Pod. We got a great month of podcasts already out for you guys so far, and it's only going to keep getting better throughout the month of April. We are killing it in the content right now. And again, email us questions at Koop'd Up Pod. Send us your feedback. Check us all out wherever. And until next time, folks, have yourselves a wonderful evening and take care.